Greetings, I am Pillar Nexus, the Ancient Gladiator today with Pillar Lives Tabletop Games. I've already covered Small World, but I figured, what the hell, I got an option. Let's cover Small World of Warcraft. One of the rare IP approaches to Small World. So a lot of it's going to feel very familiar. If you watch my Small World video, you'll know most of it. Usual start with 5 coins, buy race and power combinations, make your initial conquest, and proceed from there. Where things get different are the various sizes of double-sided boards that your initial conquest has to be through an entry point, which will cost you an additional race token. And there will be artifacts and legendary places to uncover by entering into those locations. The moment you enter, you get to see what it does. But aside from that, it's basically the familiar races from World of Warcraft in the small world setting. So let's see what let's go ahead and get our initial faction. We're going to take the Archaeologist Orcs. The Orcs get additional points for defeating Alliance. And Archaeologist means they get additional points for holding on to artifacts and places. 11 of them. The Explorer Night Owls move up. And now we have Battlemaster Humans. Oh yeah, that's the other thing that'll pop up is factions. So, every different opposing race you eliminate at least one token of during your turn gets you a bonus point. So, let's say the Orcs have established themselves over here. They now have Heart of Azeroth, which will, again, for just like regular Small World, everything's going to be helpfully reminded on this little reference sheet. Then return places artifact in a region you control. Each opponent whose active race occupies at least one region adjacent to it must pay you a coin. So wherever you end up using this, that's where it's going to end up. And if someone conquers that space, they'll have access to it. The Lost Tribes this game are the Murlocs. It's kind of amusing. Alright. Note that you don't have to pay for the entry if you're coming in from an adjacent spot. And roll for the final conquest as usual. Nope. So we gotta hold there. And they'll get our 4 points as usual. And then we'll just continue on. With the boards being separated, the little turn marker or turn tracker is on its own little board, which is nice. Also, there's a special team play mode where you'll have anywhere from 2 to 5 players, and you'll have to pick those factions, and they'll be lined up differently. So, You'll have the races split into the Alliance, the Horde, and the Neutrals. And you'll buy, and the special power will be associated with a row. And when you take a faction from that row, you'll take the special power. And I'll move up that one, as usual. And your final points at the end will be based on the lower of the two players playing in that faction. So at 3 players, there would be an alliance, a horde, and a neutral. And their turns go in that order. But yeah, with different players, there'll be the different numbers of the map tiles. There's 2 each of the small, the medium, and the large. And they are double-sided to mix things up a bit. There's 13 total legendary artifacts and places. And then, of course, the sheer randomness of the race power combinations is coming up. Just all of that just adds to the replayability of Small World of Warcraft. Why did I pick up this game? Because I've been getting back into World of Warcraft lately, and I just happened to see it at auction, and I got it for pretty cheap, and I was so glad this game is 100% complete. It's always frustrating to get a used game and realize there's one thing missing. And even if the game is playable without it, it's still kind of frustrating. Yeah, World of Warcraft has this kind of wild amount of tabletop games for an MMO. To be fair, Eve has tried. Yeah, World of Warcraft has this. They've got the Wrath of the Lich King pandemic clone, or pandemic system game. There was the World of Warcraft adventure game. There was the World of Warcraft board game, which was also team-based. There was... before that, there is the Warcraft board game, which I have covered. There is the TCG, which was probably my introduction to giving the online game any consideration. And then there was the miniatures game. I bought stuff for that game, and I never even played it. But I also wish I kind of held on to it as well, because some of it's getting expensive. But yeah, there's also a D20 system RPG. I remember seeing someone in high school had it, and then I don't know if they ever played it or what, but it's like, really, this exists. Yeah, it's Small World with Warcraft. It's if you like the Small World system and you are kind of preferring the World of Warcraft factions and maybe featuring some of the familiar stuff from the lore, then have fun finding a copy. It might be one of the easier ones to find on eBay. This or the pandemic one, Wrath of the Lich King. Next easiest would probably be either the TCG or the adventure game, especially expansion characters for that one. Good luck finding the World of Warcraft board game 100% complete for a decent price. But yeah, Small World of Warcraft. Check it out. Play it. Have fun. Video number 1000 is around the corner, and I'm still working on it. So stay tuned for the 1000th video special Pillar Loves Tabletop Games episode You don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching. It's Pillar. I'll see you next time.